Hello again, YouTube. I hope you're all doing well today. So we're going to carry on with more Find Love or Die Trying, and I think maybe we're at the end of this game. At least we're very close, so we'll see what happens, where the story takes us. We're trying to make our escape plan sort of more watertight, so we'll see what else the girls have in store for us. So let's just dive in and see how the story goes. What are you smiling about? Things are going well. It just feels like things are going pretty well. Here's to hoping it stays that way. Well, don't get too comfortable. You've still got a few days left, and then it's back to the regular. I'm looking forward to that. I bet. Better sooner than later. You cost too much to keep around. Anyway, the $1,000,000 question. Who's today's lucky girl? That'd be... I don't know. We'll find out now. So tomorrow is either going to be either Tara or Ali. It's probably best if we go with Tara. But doesn't Tara need time to crack the code? Nah, I already finished making the code breaker. It's trying every password as we speak. No guarantee it'll finish before we're both done our dates, but it's worth a shot. Thank you, Tara. Don't worry about it. Besides, I think it's better if we save your date for last. Why is that? I don't know. You're some super spy from some super secret organization. You definitely got bigger heist potential than I do. I don't know about that, but sounds good to me. I'll use the time to prepare some contingency plans. Scarlet, Violet, Yui, I'm going to need you guys for this. I'm happy to provide assistance. You bet. I'll help however I can. Sweet. All right. Right, Sophia. What's up? I didn't just build a code breaker. I've built a game that works with it too. What do you mean? She handed me her console. I just whipped it up real quick. Looks like some code-breaking game, but really, it works directly with the computer we found. If you get the password right in this game, we'll have access to the computer. Make sense? Amazing! I can't believe you whipped up something so fast. It wasn't hard. It was just a big middle finger to my mom, who thought all my screen time was a waste of time. Anyway, I figure we can play this game here and there during our date. Try whatever passwords come to mind. Obviously not for the whole date because ratings and all, but as much as we can. Sounds good to me, like it's worth a shot, right? Sounds good to me, Tara. Ha! I'm a genius, Sophia. She cackled maniacally. You are. I'd like to spend today with Tara. Is that so? Well, we'll make it happen. Try not to spend all of it playing games, though. Believe it or not, that isn't what viewers want in a primetime slot. No promises, but I'll try my best. It ain't much, but I'll take that. As long as we get to play a little bit in between, huh? Sorry, Kat, that's pretty much the plan. Hey, Sophia, you up to play some games? I'd love to, but Kat wants us to do some other... Games it is. Sweet. There's no stopping Tara when she puts her mind to something. We started playing together in the games room while making pleasant conversation. Normal enough to seem like a regular conversation, cryptic enough to disguise what we were trying to do. Even if Tara and I never went on crazy adventures like I did with Ali, it didn't make moments with her any less special. If I forget that we're trying to hack into some confidential database, this really is like a fun day at home with your partner. How about Tara is the best? It's worth a shot. Nope, doesn't work. The nerve of them. Tara rules? That's a miss. Was the T capitalized? Maybe add a 0123 at the end of it. Thank goodness we have the codebreaker running in the background. Time to switch gears. Let's give Cat some footage to work with to keep us alive. Good God, Sophia, why the sun? Oh no, we're melting. We're a gamer. Remember, we do not do the sun. We do not go outside. No, we don't do this. Ah! Go on without me. Okay, maybe this wasn't the best idea. Some way or another, we always end up back inside the mansion, huh? And there's nothing wrong with that. I guess you're right. Up for a few more rounds of that game we just played? Sure. How about Damien Black sucks? Evil emoji face. Nope, doesn't work. Cat Black sucks? Winky face. And not that either. How about Sophia? Oh, come on. Now you're just guessing. Like I wasn't before. Well, I'll try it. Ding ding! The two of us looked at each other like deer in the headlights. Huh? We cheered as if our favourite team just won at a sporting event. Wait a minute. Why would the password be your name? That doesn't make any sense. My guess is as good as yours. Maybe we'll find out tonight. I hope so. Well, I think I've had enough of games for today. Never thought I'd hear you say that, Tara. I'm full of surprises. We can spread the good news after. How about we try something new today? Something outside? Sounds like a plan to me. Awesome. Let's go. We ended up going back inside a minute later, but the rest of the day with Tara was still a lot of fun. Yeah, of course. It's like, you try going outside. It's not going to happen. Yeah. Typical gamer things. And we're in. The password prompt closed with a satisfying ding ding. Whoa, there's a lot of stuff in here. Why would there be a folder called Homework? Whoa, that's definitely a porn folder name. Tara was about to open it until Ali intervened. Oh my god, Tara, please, no, don't do that. Do you mind if I take a look? Forget why we were here for a second, sure. Huh? Let's see. Ali started going through folders, databases, reports, anything that could be useful. At the same time, Tara started downloading all the files to her console. Doesn't look like there's anything here about why my name was the password. All the rest of us could do was give Ali and Tara the space they needed. Seems like it's only going to be up from here, team. I was worried for Ali, especially if we couldn't get into the computer, but it looks like we got it after all. It's too soon to say anything, but I do hope you're right. Let's not jinx it. So, what's the first thing you're going to do when you're out of here? I thought we weren't going to jinx it. I'm going to get straight back to helping people, the way I know best. Nothing's changed in that regard. That is a lovely aspiration. Do me a favour and make sure your inventions don't get used on yourself again, okay? I mean, it's not like I was trying to. I admire how you can be so sure. As excited as I am to leave this place, I'm not quite sure what I'll be doing after. That's totally okay, Violet. That's part of the fun of life, just figuring it out as you go. I suppose so. Violet looked at me and smiled. That's pretty much my plan at this point too. Guess who's back, beat? What Tara wants to say is we did it. I've got everything I need to help turn the tide of the war, and I know where my family is, and they're alive. I'd never seen Ali so happy. She jumped towards me and hugged me. Oof. That's fantastic. Such a relief. I'm so happy for you, Ali. Good job, Tara. You cracked the code. Not all at once now. I couldn't have done it without you guys. Thank you so much. We didn't have to wait this long to leave, but you guys did it for me and my family. I can't ever thank you enough. She pulled out the master key from her back pocket and swirled it around in her right hand. You guys ready to get out of here? Actually, I was thinking of staying here for the rest of my life. Not having internet is the best thing ever. I couldn't agree more. Let's get out of here. After you, Ali. We're going. We followed Ali out of the mansion, through the forest and to the hangar. Whoa, I did not see this. Granted, I don't go outside. I don't blame you, it's pretty out of the way. Not that we have to worry about it now. Ali pulled out the master key and swirled it around in her right hand. She walked to the door of the hangar and put the key into its lock. She tried to turn it, but it didn't work. She tried a few more times, but the lock refused to budge. No, dude, come on. I don't understand. I've seen Cat use this key everywhere, including here. They must have changed the locks. Does that mean we're stuck here? I don't... It was rare that Ali tripped over her words. It hurt to see her so defeated. I don't know. An uncomfortable silence fell over us. Am I going to die here? Are all of us? No, we are not out of this just yet. I refuse to give up again. But we can't get into the hangar. There's no way to break in without triggering the alarms. For now, yes, but getting in later is a different story. If I remember correctly, whenever you went on a third date with Sophia, you would fly in a plane together. Well, I'm assuming the plane was you two. It's just like you to try something crazy and drag in Sophia. I can't refute that. That was definitely us. How we never died on those plane rides, I'll never know. That means the staff don't mind if you take the plane during the date, which means we should be able to ask for the key temporarily. We'd still be able to get the plane, it just has to be during tomorrow's date. There'd be way more staff around than usual, but we'd still have a chance. Exactly. The rest of us can be relatively close by, perhaps at the beach, to avoid suspicion. Then, when you get the plane, we run over, you pick us up, and we are out of here. This could work. It's better than how my plan turned out, anyway. I was worried for a second there, but it was for nothing. We've got this. We'd be in a tight spot without you. It is a team effort. Without each of us here, we would be stuck here, with no chance of escape, I'm sure. Speak for yourself. I'm sure I could get out of here on my own. You were shut down the second you reached the beach, Tara. On second thought, maybe teamwork makes the dream work. It does, Tara. Come on, admit it. We laughed together. The mood was indefinitely better than it was just a few moments ago. We spent the rest of the night talking through the details of the plan, including what we'd do if the unexpected happened. One thing was for sure, though, we weren't giving up on getting out of here. It all ends tomorrow. Well, maybe it will. Maybe it won't. Maybe we'll just be stuck forever. What do you know, Sophia? You actually made it to the last one-on-one date. How are you feeling? I'm feeling pretty good, Kat. Honestly, pretty good. I'm excited to see how a day with Ali will be. Oh, you've got a real surprise in store. She has all of us in the crew working extra hard to prepare a special date for you. And by all of us in the crew, I mean the Brothers 5, of course. It's always the Brothers 5. These poor guys just get bullied every day. So mean. How about you go find her, spend some time together while we set things up for you? Sounds like a plan, Cat. Let's see. Oh, it looks like she's by the beach. Guess that's where I'm headed. Don't do anything we can't air. Murder is okay, but God forbid someone takes their top off. Cat, are you just me? I don't know, man. Are you just me? Are you inside my brain? What's happening? Are you okay? I don't know if you are. I waved to Cat as I went on my way. Just as Cat said, Ali was by the beach. She was looking out at the ocean. Morning, Ali. Sophia, it's always nice to see you. The difference between Ali's voice during the day and night were like day and night. I guess we do have to worry about the cameras, but still, it takes some getting used to. I know it's going to be tough to top your previous dates with all the other girls, but I think I have a good shot. I'm looking forward to it, Ali. You better be. We've been saving the best for last. She reached for my hand. Walk with me. I reached for her outstretched hand. It'd be my pleasure. The two of us walked around the beach for a while, getting to know each other. So what will you be doing when this show's over? First thing I'm going to do is say hey to my family again and make them a nice dinner. I'm sure they've gone sick with worry in the week since I've been gone. I wonder what they're thinking now. It's been at least 2 years since then. Cat was right. Sometimes not remembering is a blessing. Ali doesn't have that luxury. Anyway, I've got a surprise for you. Come on. She pulled me along by the hand into the forest. I have to say, Ali's really impressed me. Of course, it was her deliberate plan to come into the forest and to get to the hangar, but she made it seem so spontaneous. You're going to love it. I saw it the moment she did. It was all we could do was stand and watch. No. She staggered and almost fell. Oh my god, have they burned the hangar? Bro, come on, please. And who could blame her? Cat, you little fudge. Rude word. Maybe Damien, I don't know, man. The hangar was engulfed in roaring flames. The heat was incredible. There was no way either of us could take another step towards the hangar without being burned alive. The stench of burning oil assaulted me without mercy. We were at a loss for words. And in front of all those flames was her walking away from the flames. Somehow, I just know it was her. Sorry, Ali, Sophia. There's been a small change of plans. I'm sure you can tell, but we've hit a few snags with the hangar. How about you two spend your day on the ground instead? I want to scream. I want to attack her with every bone in my body. I can't do anything, but I can't. I can't, or I'll be killed. And not just me, but everyone else. To hold myself back from giving away what this plane meant to me took all the strength I had. I need to calm down. Cat might be able to read my face and see that. Sounds fine to me, Cat. I'm just glad you're safe. What happened? We're still looking into it. Well, either way, there's nothing we can do about that. How about we go somewhere else, Sophia? She reached for my hand and held it tight. How could you smile like this at me? Of course, Ali. She is mad, bro. Do we think... Did we mess around with Cat? Like, was she the one who we've really, really annoyed? Like, if we're a cheater, like, which it seems is the case, was she the ultimate one that we cheated on? And that's why she's getting her revenge, kind of like a Jigsaw style, except we're not hacking off bits of our body. We're just forced to live this moment again and again and again and again. For the rest of the day, Ali and I put on the performance of a lifetime. Oh, wow, damn, she's in my face. Though our faces were all smiles and laughter, we knew more now more than ever that we were trapped in Cat's macabre puppet show. And Cat loved to make us dance. She must have known we were trying to escape, but how? Did we make a mistake? Did Four give us away? Should we ever have trusted him in the first place? Who can I trust now? Time is ticking and the end of the show looms closer and closer. It's time I'm supposed to meet with the group, but what would we even do? There's no way we can escape. Our last chance died with the hangar. Should I just make a break for it? No, I'd never make it, and others would suffer for my mistake. What do I do? You don't look good, Sophia. What do you want? I've been better. I've been better. I've been better, Cat. It hasn't exactly been sunshine and rainbows today. You really aren't much for acting, are you, Sophia? Look, I already know about you and your plan to escape. My blood ran cold. You know, take the plane, fly away from here. It wasn't hard to figure out. I tried to say something in my defense, but my voice wouldn't come out. All I could do was stand wide-eyed. I know you and the others found the lab. Got your memories back? Well, at least the others did. And I know that every night you all work together to try to find a way out. I mean, of course I'd know. I'm the reason you got this far. What do you mean? Just follow me. You'll save all of us time. We walked to the lock room near the games room. She took out her master key and span it around. You never really thought a bunny could take a key from me, right? Honestly, I don't know what to believe anymore. She opened the door. The others were inside, looking surprised as I was. Give me one good reason why I shouldn't kill you right now, Cat. How about two? First, your inside man was never Four, it was me. I mean, come on, he wouldn't be smart enough for something like this. Second, you only ever had a chance of escaping this island because of me. Newsflash, Ali, those tanks never just bug out. You're the one who let me out of my tank. The one and only. Ali was at a loss for words, and I was no different. So, what do you want, Cat? Honestly, the same thing as you guys. I want off this crazy train. I want out. I want you guys to include me in your little escape plan. What? Do I have something on my face? As hard as it is to believe, the list of people who want to stay on this island is pretty short. How no? We can't trust you. I'm not sure how, but I remember. I tried to escape with you before. I trusted you. I even fell for you. Even 5 girls isn't enough. Unbelievable. Oh my god. He's just like, yeah, you know what, 5 girls before? Doesn't matter, I made it a 6th. Damn, alright. Play a visual novel me. And then you betrayed me and shot me. There's no way we could ever trust you. You're just going to stab us in the back. Is that true, Cat? I'm ashamed to say it is. But I didn't have a choice. You know how it is with Damien. It doesn't matter if you share the same blood. He'll take the people you love hostage and use them to force you to dance to his tune. I'm sorry I betrayed you, Sophia. I really am. But if I had to do it again, I'd do it again in a heartbeat, because there was someone I needed to save. I know I must look like the villain to you, but believe me, I have people I care about too. If you're so compassionate, how come you burned up our only way out of here? You're lucky I did, Sophia. If you'd actually flown as planned, you'd all be at the bottom of the ocean right now. What do you mean? It's a cruel trick of Damien's. He knew there was a chance that people on this show would recover their memories and try to escape. So he made us build the hangar and the plane. It's the one place anyone trying to escape would go. Exactly. I've told you in the past, Ali, never fly that plane or take the boat out of sight of this island. If you did, you'd have blown up like fireworks. That Ali and I were in that plane, which was little more than a flying death trap, sent a chill down my spine. Look, the simple reality is you need me to escape. Without me, you won't even make it past the barrier. Oh my god, a barrier? No, bro. What barrier? Exactly. And though I hate it, I need you guys to help me and us escape. She reached her hand towards me for a handshake. I don't know if I trust her. Like, Damien seems like a shady bloke, so if he's passed down his shady antics to his daughter, that wouldn't shock me. Allies? Let's discuss it first. Kat leaned against a wall while the rest of us debated what to do. Can we really trust her? This might just be another trap. It's not like it'd be her first by her you fall into, Sophia. You're right. That said, it's not like we have much to lose at this point. Even if she's done terrible things to us in the past, we still need her to escape. You alright, Ali? I'm fine. I'm just angry at myself. Hey, don't beat yourself up about it. We're still alive. That's what counts. She's right, you know. I'm not sure how I'm feeling right now either, but we're alive. That counts for something. You're right, Sophia. And as much as I hate to say it, I think we'll need Kat's help, trustworthy or not, if we want to stay that way. But we need to keep an eye on her. Couldn't say it better myself. Alright, Kat. If you want our help, you're going to need to answer a few questions. Ask away. What the hell is this sick show for? And why have you been forcing us to repeat it over and over? As someone from the Resistance, it should be obvious to you. This is just one of hundreds of killing shows we air. Shows that keep people scared, that keep people from organising against the government. You want to paralyse people with fear? You broadcast exactly what will happen to you if you rise up. You're monsters, you know that. I mean, I kind of get it. God, that's bleak. Holy moly. I don't disagree with you, but we're not in charge here. Some of us still have family to lose, Ali. Continue. Before we air each show, we test them internally on test audiences to see what kind of ratings they bring for the fortunate and what kind of despair they bring for the less fortunate. If they tested well enough, we'd air it, but it wasn't efficient. But we couldn't just film a killing show over and over again to see which version of it rated best. You can't bring people back from the dead, unless you're like me. I can help you there, Kat. Damien, hit me up, boy. We can have a good team going on. It was the same for the test audiences. You couldn't just make them watch multiple versions of a show, as they'd remember previous versions that would influence their opinions. There was no way to test multiple versions of a show without losing the feeling that lives really were in danger. But my memory writer would have changed that. It did. We were able to reuse everybody, our volunteer actors, the test audiences. Since we could just make people forget what happened, we could film run after run of the show, where each was as if it were the first time to all of you. And that's exactly what we've been doing here for the past 2 years. What the heck? 2 years! Insane. It was a lot to hear. I had a feeling, but to know that people looked at us like we were nothing but lab rats, well, I genuinely was afraid for my life. It's sickening. We were silent for a while. If you've been testing the show this long, when's the real thing? There's no real thing. It's only what version tests the best. That said, there's only so much time Damien is willing to spend on this show, and that time is almost up. This is the last run of the show. If you don't escape before the end, you're all as good as dead. I know Damien and I've said that we'd let you and your chosen partner go if you achieve good enough ratings, but it's a lie, isn't it? Yeah. I'm sorry I've waited this long to try to help you guys. I've been too scared to risk it all, but I've nothing left to lose now. She extended her hand to me for a handshake. I don't know, man. I don't think we should trust her still. Like, she's winking. Come on. But we have to, I guess. Allies. At least till we're out of here. I don't really have a choice this time either, huh? If you wanted to, you could report us right now. That's true. And my word would count for more than all of yours. But that wouldn't save the person I need to. Like it or not, we have to work together. Then it's a deal. Ali shook Kat's hand. Kat, are you sure you don't want to? I'm fine, Scarlet. It's not important anymore, and we don't have any time to waste. If you say so. Anyway, the only time we can escape is the last day of the show, between midnight and just before the sun goes up. That's when the boat comes to welcome the newly engaged couple, and that's the only way off this island alive. It also doubles as a supply ship. We use it to replenish between each run of the show. Are there no other planes on the island? A boat would be far slower. Unfortunately, it's not so easy. There's a protective shell around the island which performs two functions. First, it renders us invisible to satellite. It's the reason why your people couldn't find us, Ali. Damn! That's some high-tech creepiness. Second, if anything bigger than a human being tries to get in or outside of the barrier, it'll get fried, unless it's emitting a compatible IFF signal. The only way off the island that will have that signal is the boat. I'm betting it'll be heavily guarded. Well, yes, but not from people on it. The ship itself will be run by a skeleton crew. It's the staff on the island who we'll have to watch out for. What do you mean, like a literal skeleton crew? Like, it wouldn't surprise me at this point. Like, actual skeletons. Yeah. That still leaves the question of how we'll deal with them. Last time I checked, there's hundreds of them, and not even 10 of us. Actually, it might not be so hard after all. I've got a plan that might just work. Though I have to admit, it's a little crazy. I like the sound of that. If it involves zombies again, I'm out. Yui explained her plan to us with a renewed confidence that could inspire anyone to believe. Luckily, we still have tomorrow, so we have just the amount of time we need. This might just work, Yui. You're a mad genius. Let's just say I've been holding back my creativity till now. It's crazier than anything I'd imagined, and crazy enough to work. Let's get to work. Wait, were we even listening to the same plan? Maybe not. The others went their separate ways to help prepare for Yui's plan. But Kat stayed. Our business wasn't finished just yet. What's up? What's your game, Kat? I want to trust you, Kat. I really do. But you're up to something, aren't you? Just like every other time I trusted you. I can't blame you for feeling that way. And I can't take back what I've done before. The only thing I can say to try to make you trust me is that we both have people we care about, Sophia. And that if you don't escape, then the person I care about will go down with you. I'm not asking you to put your neck out for me. You will never have to. I'm asking for you to help somebody that you've never met and you never will. Somebody innocent. It's strange. This woman has put me through hell, treated me like a lab rat and more, and yet, somehow, I think she's telling the truth. Honestly, it doesn't really matter if you do trust me. You'll see tomorrow that I'm going along with Yui's plan either way. I'll trust you, Kat. I'm sorry for yelling at you earlier. Don't be. I literally shot you. I think that earns you the right to be angry and more, no? Well, I've gotten to know you over these past years. Not for more than a couple of weeks straight, but I got to know you. And I think you're rude and manipulative and have no problem lying to my face. Hey, can we skip to the part where you compliment me? You're also incredibly crass, you keep secrets from everybody, and... Are you finished? But I don't think you're a bad person. Every time the show ran, you always talked to me to make me feel like I wasn't alone. And you made sure I never lost hope. I know that was never part of the job. You didn't have to do that. Yet you did it over and over. It must have been so tiring to do that over and over, full well knowing that we were doomed. I don't know why you're doing all this, but I believe that you do care about helping people. I'm flattered, Sophia. But you've got me wrong. What do you mean? Everything I've ever done for you and the others, it's been for my own selfish reasons. It just happens to line up nicely. Though I appreciate the compliment. Unlike before, I couldn't tell if she was telling the truth. I mean, at this point, man, I don't even know. I have no clue. We went our separate ways shortly after. I spent the rest of the night helping the others with preparing for the plan. I was exhausted when I went back to my room, but I still couldn't fall asleep for several hours. It's as if something's on the tip of my tongue, but I just barely can't grasp it. Yet somehow, I know I'm closer than I've ever been. Kat was true to her word. Instead of having another date on the 6th day of the show, she planned a huge party for the staff instead, a thank you for all your hard work party. As soon as she told the staff that Violet would be cooking for the event, all of them dropped everything and helped prepare for it. While the staff prepared the party grounds during the day, each of us were hard at work, making sure other parts of it went well. Violet cooked mountains of food as if her life depended on it. In truth, it did. Yui was playing games with the staff outside. It didn't take long for her to become a fast favourite for them. I'm pretty sure half the staff were playing the games just so that they could get her to notice them, and she knew it. I have to admit, I'm really impressed by Yui. Her plan is coming together. Tara and Scarlett joined forces to make sure all the staff joined the festivities. Tara used Kat's producer room to find any stragglers who hadn't joined the festivities. As Tara found them one by one, Scarlett turned on the charm and made sure that they came with her to the party. Oh yeah, with that sussy face, mate. No. She's gathering all the simps to the yard. Then when it was time for Scarlett to switch to her other mission, Ali took over. Though I'm told she employed more force than charm, that does not surprise me. Meanwhile, I ran around like a chicken with its head cut off, trying to make sure every part of our plan was going smoothly. And for once, it did. A few hours later, we had every staff member on the island partying their lights out. Everybody's here. You bet. You should have seen the ones that tried to run. I made sure everyone who came stayed too. Perfect. Everybody's eaten. As they should have. It's fine food. Looks like it's all going according to plan. I'll just go ahead and get to the fun part. Scarlett pulled out a remote from her pocket and pressed a button on it. A few seconds later, fireworks were shooting into the night sky above the party grounds. The cheers of the staff were like thunder. And with that, the plan is going as smoothly as can be. Great job, team. We owe you one, Yui. Right back at you, Ali. We cheered as firework after firework lit up the night sky. Whoa, are fireworks supposed to be this bright? Come to think of it, these fireworks are practically blinding. I have to say, I did a pretty good job with these fireworks. Though there might be some side effects to watching them from so close. Let's worry about that later. The fireworks were the signal to those trying to escape that there was nothing left to do except wait. It's going to be a long night. I know what we said before, but it'd be such a shame to spend tonight just worrying over what may happen tomorrow. We might live, we might die, same as any other day. How about instead we just dance the night away? You know what? That sounds great. It does sound lovely. Let's do it. Come on, let's dance like there's no tomorrow. Yuck. I feel you there, Tara. I'm not much of a dancer myself. What about you lot? Do you like dancing? Did you ever do the dancing sort of thing? School discos? No. I was in a corner by myself just listening to the music. That's just me though, personally. Don't be like that, Tara. It'd be good for us to blow off some steam. Dancing sounds like exercise and exercise. Ali picked up Tara over her shoulder. Oh my goodness. And away we go. Come on, come on. Scarlet grabbed my hand and pulled me with her to where people were dancing. The others followed close behind. They sure are carefree, huh? Some things never change. Maybe we'll get out of here tomorrow. Maybe we won't. I hope we do, though. I like to think that one day we'll look back and remember this day. It was the most fun night I've ever had, out of the nights that I can remember. We lived like there was no tomorrow. And now, we'll find out if there is a tomorrow for us. I guess, well, I hope there is, buddy. Just saying. We waited in the darkness for hours, waiting for the boat to come. The plan was simple, yet had no room for error. First, we needed to make sure the boat really is coming. It's later than usual. You think they're on to us? No, it'll just be a little longer. It's cold. There's no point worrying at this point. If they're onto us now, we're already dead. All we can do is wait. We waited for an hour more, then another, then another. We were losing hope. I guess it's here. Kat pointed towards the ocean. We all looked in unison. Just as she said, the boat was coming. It looked huge despite how far it was. It must be massive from up close. All right, it's only going to be a few minutes before it reaches the shore. Let's book it back to the mansion. Second, we need to get back to the mansion before the boat reaches the shore. From what Kat told us, the staff will physically inspect the mansion to make sure we're there. We can't rely on overriding the feeds. If we're not there, they'll sound the alarm, and our chance of escaping will go from slim to nil. According to Kat, it's how I got caught last time. Right, I see. Hopefully this doesn't happen now. Hauling ass back home. We made it back to the mansion and rushed to our respective rooms. I turned off the light, then jumped into the bed and pretended to be asleep. A few moments later, I heard the sound of somebody opening a door. It must be them. There was a mechanical rhythm to it. Footsteps, a door would open. More footsteps, a short pause, footsteps again, a door would close. Repeat. Over and over, closer and closer till it got to my room. I tried my best to make my breathing sound natural. Did it work, champ? Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in. Footsteps. A second later, my door opens. I can tell there's probably about 5 people. Breathe in. They're walking closer to me. Breathe out. I can tell 2 of them are in front of me. They're muttering somewhere under their breath. You have to pity her. Come on, she could do better. Rude. Breathe in. Hey, something's wrong. It feels like my heart stopped. Breathe out. They're moving closer to me, step by step. What's that? Breathe in. I think... It takes everything I have not to move when every nerve in my body screams to run. This is it. They're onto me. I can't help but ball up the fist of my hand. I Never mind. We're done for the night. Let's head out. Sounds good to me. I heard them walk further away from me, then outside the room. Finally, they closed my door. I breathed out like never before. On to the next part of the plan. We regrouped downstairs. That wasn't so difficult, was it? Like taking candy from a baby. Wait, where's Tara? I'll go check on her. As if on cue, Tara came running down the stairs. I'm good, don't worry about it. And I definitely didn't fall asleep just now. I didn't buy it, and the rest of us didn't either. Alright, back to the problem at hand. We may have avoided detection for now, but now there's going to be upwards of 100 guards on patrol between here and the boat. There's little to no chance we can all make it there without being seen, but it's a chance we'll have to take. Actually, we had just the thing for that. Courtesy of Scarlet and I. What's that? Well, we went through all the trouble of preparing such a big party for the staff. It would be a shame if we didn't give them a little extra to chew on, no? You didn't. Oh, she did. It was like an absurd scene from an art house movie gone mad. It's the zombie boys. No, oh, these poor men. Brains. Bananas. Brains. All of them. Brains and bananas. The men are coming in and helping us. I respect your sacrifices, lads. I'm sorry it has to be this way. Brains accounting should have... Hundreds of zombies littered the field. Interesting. You know, I can't believe we ever let you make shit, Scarlet. You better be glad that you did. Now that I think about it, couldn't we have just put a sleeping agent or something like that in? Where's the fun in that? Well, we still have to go past them to get to the boat, right? Don't worry about it. I've got a fair share of experience in taking down zombies. Oh yeah, she does. With that little machine gun that just came out of nowhere. Something about that rubs me the wrong way. Don't worry about it. Let's be on our way. We managed to sneak out of the mansion without much of a fuss. As soon as we got into the forest, it was smooth sailing. There were just a few zombies in there. To be honest, how much Scarlet enjoyed herself taking them down was more concerning. I'll worry about that when we get off this island. For now, I'll focus on getting out of here. A few moments later, we made it to the beach. The boat was clear in sight. Wow, it's huge. Let's not waste any time. We rushed onto the ship and ran straight for the captain's deck. You guys wait here. It's practically guaranteed that the engine's been tampered with and I'll need to fix it. If I know my father, he'll do it just the way it was last time. You know what, Sophia? Come with me just in case. Maybe that's where the crew members are. Lead the way. It was pitch black inside. Cat had to shine a light to see anything. Strange. Where are they? Well, let's not look a gift horse in the mouth. Found it. Chalk it up to my dad outsourcing everything to the grunts. This is child's play to me now. Cat got to work fixing the engine. Watch my back. We still don't know if we're in the clear, and this is going to take a minute. Got it. I turned around and kept lookout. It was almost impossible to see anything, though. Since when are you a mechanic? Honestly, since my first failed escape. I had to teach myself. There isn't exactly a trade school on this island. If I hadn't, I'd never be able to help anybody escape this island. I'm sorry I didn't trust you before, Cat. I get it now. Why you did what you had to do. Keep talking like that and you'll raise a death flag for both of us. Jeez. We can talk more later, if you'd like. In the meantime, this boat is fixed. Nice. Let's tell the others and get the hell out of here. It's a nice looking yacht, damn. We ran back to the others and told them the good news. At the same time, Kat revved up the engine of the boat. We were good to go. We literally jumped for joy as the boat started to move. The victory music! My god. Gosh, I can't believe it. We're really doing this. We're finally getting out of here. It is hard to believe, but it is true. We did it. Now, you don't have to thank me all at once. We really did it. Thank you, Kat. You really saved us. You did. We wouldn't be able to get to this point if it weren't for you. There's no need to thank me. Actually, I should apologize that I didn't do any of this sooner. The intercom rang out. Kat turned white as a sheet when we heard a voice that was all too familiar. Damien, come and hit me with it. Come on, boy. No. Damn it. Damien. Ding, ding, ding. I guess you learned at least something in school, Kat. Not enough, clearly, but hey, it's something. That's got to win a participation ribbon somewhere. You knew what I was planning. Of course I did, dearie. I made you. I know exactly how you think. And I have to thank you. Your mother would be proud at the show you've given us these last 2 years. What? Oh, I'm sorry. Did I forget to tell you? While you were busy filming Sophia and those other bitches, my team was filming your brave attempts to save these idiots. Gives the audience a little more reason for why they should stay in line, you know? Damn! Damien! Absolute freak, man. After all, if I do this to my own daughter, imagine what I do to someone who wasn't. You're a monster. Flattery will get you nowhere, Kit Kat. Well, it doesn't matter now. Do whatever the hell you want. We're getting out of here. We fixed the boat, and there's nothing you can do to stop us now. Don't tempt him. This man has got tricks up his sleeve. I don't know. Stop her. We're getting out of here. Saying garbage like that is just playing with fire, love. The earth started to shake. Even though we were on the boat, I could tell the island was rumbling. In the distance, a metal barrier slowly rose out of the ocean all around the island. No, like, how much money does this man have? It's ridiculous. Come on. Stop it. It climbed higher and higher till it cast a shadow over the boat. Higher and higher, till the only daylight we could see was just from a circle above us. We were trapped. How about we play a game, little rats? Damien spoke down to us from some kind of holographic screen on the walls. He gestured to some kind of machine behind him in what looked like a strange kind of stadium. I've got myself a little switch here that controls the barrier. One push of this and you'll be free to go. It'd be easy for you to waltz on in and flip it. You've gotten rid of all our security. But this switch is only going to work if you have 2 people's handprints with producer level clearance. Sure, you've got Kit Kat, but you'll never be able to get mine. He pulled out the same gun I'd been shot with before. Though don't let that stop you from trying. The hologram disappeared with a click, leaving us in an uneasy silence. Our hands are tied. We have no choice but to go back. Hello? He's got a gun. He'd take us all down before we even have a chance to grab him. We've got no choice, though. If we wait here, it's only a matter of time before they send people after us. I guess we have to head back to the beach. Let's turn this around. We've got an ass to kick. No. That's exactly what Damien wants you to do. The turning around part or the ass kicking? Maybe he's into it. Maybe he just didn't want to admit it. It's alright, Damien. If you're into that kind of thing, you can just say it. It's 2023. It's quite alright. I'll leave that to your imagination. Okay, so he is into it. Again, like I said, it's 2023. It's okay. Don't be ashamed, Damien. Damien has a script that he wants to see play out. People try to revolt, fail, and get killed. I guarantee you, if we do just that, he has a plan for it. He'll find some kind of way to turn us against each other, and then none of us will be making it out of here alive. Even so, we can't just stay here and wait until we're out of time. Sophia and I will go flip the switch. Besides, we're the only two people here who can do anything about it. Huh? What do you mean by that? I thought that only you and Damien... I'll explain on the way. There's no time. Sophia, are you ready to run? I won't allow it. There's no way we are letting Sophia go back there without us. You said it, sister. I'm not letting you all lose your one chance of getting out of here. Scarlet, please. You know exactly what Damien is capable of. I don't like this, Cat. I know. Let them go. Believe me, I hate this. I hate this to my core, but Cat's right. Cat didn't waste a moment. She reached for my hand. Before I knew what I was doing, we ran off the boat together and back to the mansion as fast as we could. I was running on pure instinct, like my body had done this before, countless times. Probably because it has, like realistically, it has. I looked back to the boat just once, but I couldn't help but linger for a moment. I could tell from their faces that they wanted to be running with me, not waiting for us to come back. I'm going to make Damien pay for making them all suffer like this. We went back to running. I followed Cat's lead. It's earlier than I'd planned, but there's no time like the present for exposition about your past. Yeah, thank you, Cat. It's been about time. We've been waiting. So thank you. It would be good to know why I'm running with you. Would I happen to be resistant to bullets? We'll find out if you are together. Though, if you look at your history, I'd say no. Hey, I survived the time you shot me. I'm pretty resistant. Touché. Before you came onto this show, you were a producer just like me. We used to work together. We were partners. In more ways than one, though. That was forever ago. Wait, I see how it is. Living and working on this island was the only life I'd ever known. It sounds awful, but I didn't have a problem with running these shows. There was nothing different to compare it to. But then I met you. I've got no idea what would bring someone like you to this island, but meeting you changed me. She smiled like I'd never seen before. You made me see that there was a world out there that was beautiful. You made me hope that I could be a part of that world one day. Like Ariel. And you helped me realize that we needed to shut this place down if we wanted there to be a world out there at all. For years we worked together to free as many people as we could from these death trap shows. We'd ship them to safety, fake their deaths, everything. And we just did that for a time. Then Damien started to suspect something was up. Each day he got closer and closer to figuring out until I knew we couldn't stay any longer. But it was too late by then. Damien caught us. You mean you betrayed me? I can't remember much, but I remember you and we were together. And then you sold me out, right when we were trying to escape. Why? It's like I said before. I didn't have a choice, and I still don't. I know you have no reason to trust me anymore, and I don't expect you to. But we need each other's help to get off this island now. Since both of us are technically still producers, we can activate the switch if we work together. We don't even have to take Damien down, though I doubt he'd let us use it that easily. Can you trust me enough for that? Honestly, I don't know. A part of me wants to trust Cat, the same part that unconsciously remembers that I did for years and years. But how can I forget that betrayal, even if she had her reasons? Sure. I'll keep an eye on her. When we got back to the mansion, Cat made a beeline for the lab. I ran with her as fast as I could. Our footsteps on the winding metal staircase echoed like a thundering drum. You're about to see the real reason why the show is on this island. Kat took out her master key and slid it into a hidden socket in a wall behind one of the tanks. Click. Don't say I didn't warn you. The same wall split into 2 doors, slowly revealing another hidden staircase. You think you guys could get an elevator instead? I said the same thing. As soon as I took one step down the staircase, I could tell something was different. Something was telling me that I shouldn't go down there. Come on, we don't have time to waste. I've got nothing to lose, except your life, bro, but sure. With each step down, it grew darker and darker. Eventually, I couldn't even see my hand in front of my face. Then, light. Blinding light and applause. Welcome, welcome. You finally made it. Damien's face was plastered over countless screens in a stadium that could fill tens of thousands of people. Countless cameras littered the seats, all focused on center stage, a battleground sprawling with maze-like walls of all shapes and sizes, and littered with guns. Thanks to the walls, we couldn't see Damien directly, but we knew he was here from the screens. We wouldn't have a show with you idiots, so I'm glad you actually came back. Oh man, you couldn't even bring the others? You're no fun. You just really gotta make me work, huh? Anyway, congrats on making this far, etc, etc. I gotta say, I'm proud of you for making it here, daughter of mine. I'm impressed that you remembered your old haunt from just a few seconds of video. No thanks to you, you old dirtbag. Is that any way to thank someone who gives you room and board? You gave Sophia a way nicer room than I ever got. Blame your mom for that one, kid. Anyway, how about you be a dear and explain the game we've got going on here? The switch we're looking for is here somewhere. The problem is, so is Damien, and he's got a gun and more ammunition than he needs to kill both of us. What about the weapons on the ground? Maybe there's something we can use to level the playing field. It's all we can do, but the odds aren't in our favour. Most of the weapons laying on the ground are useless. They were meant to make people lose hope that they could fight back. Most is better than all of them, at least. Yes and no. There's no hope to lose if they knew all of them were fake. That's Damien's MO. He'll give the people trapped on his shows just enough hope for escape, and he'll use that to trap you. Real guns among the fakes. Boats and planes when you're trapped on an island. If we're going to make it through this, you can't fall for his game, understand? Loud and clear. Then let's go. There's no time to waste. We ran from wall to wall, taking cover between each time. Whenever we had the chance, we'd pick up what looked like a gun and see if it was real. There he is, one absolute babe. We only had seconds to check for each one. Damien was hot on our trail. A gunshot rang out, blowing a hole through the wall Kat and I were hiding behind. What's the matter? You're like 2 rats in a lab. He fired again. Shrapnel from the wall scraped my arm. Fuck. It was like my arm had been lit on fire. Sophia, are you okay? I'll live, don't worry. We need to find a weapon. And we need to find the switch. We ran behind another wall, narrowly dodging another shot from Damien. It dawned on me that he wasn't even trying to hit us. He was just trying to make us scared. And it was working. But why? He's reloading! Come on! We dashed out from behind a wall and ran past Damien, looking desperately for the switch and for any weapons we could find. I managed to pick up 2 pistols. Kat did the same. Damn, looks like they're fake too. How's yours looking? I took a look at the first one. Upon further inspection, it was clear that it was no more than a plastic toy. But the second one, Kat realised it the same second I did. It was real, with a single bullet loaded. Alright, that's good. Let's... Another shot rang out, blowing a hole in the wall just next to where my head was a second ago. fuck? How come he gets that fucking hand cannon? Budget's gotta go somewhere, I guess. Anyway, we've got the gun. That's probably the only real one in the stadium. We need to find that switch now. Even with a gun, we're no match for him. Sounds good to me. We ran further through the stadium, opposite the entrance, until we were square in the middle of the stadium. And there it was. The switch! You'd think they'd have hit it better. Damien's laughter echoed through the arena as he reappeared on the screens above the arena. Damien, buddy. Congrats, you found the switch. It's a damn shame. I forgot to mention something about this switch here. It won't do jack shit, even if you both have access, as long as I've got a heartbeat. And I plan on sticking around. Alright, Chief. Holy. But I'm not heartless. In fact, I think I'm a pretty decent guy for what I'm about to do. Kat looked like she'd just seen a ghost. Kat, Sophia, I've got an offer you can't refuse, but only one of you can claim it. If either of you kills the other one, I'll let the one left standing go. Damn, that's rough, bro. Okay, this man's insane, but I'm for it. We'll forget this ever happened and call it a wrap on Find Love or Die Trying. I'll even let the survivor leave the island. I can even guarantee I'm telling the truth, because this is airing live to the world right now. People bow down and get in line because I tell them the truth, because they know I keep my word. They wouldn't believe me for a second if I ever went back on it, you know? Not a bad deal, huh? Especially considering that if no one takes that offer, I'll just kill both of you. I'm giving you 5 minutes to decide. Then I'm coming for you. The screen shuts off. Oh, Damien, come on, man. Kat and I looked at each other, a mix of horror and fear on her face, and there was no doubt that mine mirrored hers. Sophia, I can't imagine what's racing through your head now. You probably think I'm going to betray you again, right? I was at a loss for words. Joke's on you, Kat. The snake in me is coming out, and I'm like, actually, I'll take Damien's deal. I'll do it. Oh, no. Don't give me this option game, please, because I will do it. I will 100% do it. You don't have to say anything. Look, I can't blame you for doubting me. And honestly, if you just shot me right now, I'd be okay with it. I wish you hadn't have said this, Kat, because now that's just giving me sort of more motivation, because I will do it. You've said it's okay. Because then, you'd be free to go. I know Damien will keep his word. But if there's even the slightest chance that you want me to be able to escape from here too, then I need to ask you something that I know sounds insane. What's that? I need you to give me the gun, the only real one we've got. Look, I'm not stupid enough to not know how that sounds. The simple reality is, I've known you for so long, and one thing I know about you is that you're a terrible shot. Excuse me, I have my moments. I will have you know, I can sometimes be pretty good, but sometimes I can suck. You are right, Kat. It is true. Me? I'm as good as you can get off this island. I think I'm our best bet to taking him down. But I understand completely if you're not willing to trust me. If you think I'm lying, I get it. And if you don't trust me... She closed her eyes and pressed her finger against her forehead. Then please just make it quick. The gun in my hands had never felt so heavy. Oh, don't give me this option game, please, because I'm just going to go full lunatic mode. On one hand, a guarantee that I can make it out of here alive. On the other, trusting Kat. Can I trust Kat after all that she's done to me? Can I really believe her words when the memories that can prove or deny them are lost to me? I've got no time. I have to choose. I have to do it. I have to do it. Should I just do it? I'm sorry, Kat. Don't be. I deserve this. I raised the gun and pointed it at her. I took a deep breath. Goodbye, Sophia. I love you. I'm so sorry, dude. Actually, I'm not. Damien, come on, man. You can hook up with me now. It's fine. Goodbye, cat. Goodbye, island. I've earned my freedom, but at what cost? Just one life? Everyone else is okay as well. Every step I take back to the boat gets heavier and heavier. Feels like I'm sinking into the ground. Maybe we are. For some reason, I'm crying. I'm sorry. My head hurts so much. It feels like a part of me has died. It probably did. I've probably just ruined this person's life. I'm sorry. I fall to the ground. I try to get up, but I just sink deeper and deeper into the ground. I'm so sorry, cat. I'm so sorry. Well, that was the end. I wish the game hadn't have given me that choice because, of course, I was going to take it. I can't help myself in these situations. It's like, yeah, I'm going to do it. And I don't think that was the happy ending that people were wanting. I don't think we really found love. Maybe we did, but then we just extinguished it with one bullet. Thanks, Damien. Unless he was the true love all this time. Who knows? But anyway, I have had so much fun playing this game. I hope you have as well. We'll be starting the pigeon dating sim. Yeah, as I said before, I did buy it. And I'm hoping it's going to be as ridiculous as I think it is. So that'll be the next visual novel that we get to enjoy on the channel. But for now, I'm going to say thank you everyone for watching. Please be sure to give the video a thumbs up and leave me a comment as well in the section down below because it helps out the channel massively if you do. But until next time, I hope you all take care and I will see you again very soon.